first thing I would like to say is thank you. Not only is it an honor, but the days of stress and apprehension I have endured at the thought of doing this commencement speech have made me lose weight. A win-win situation. Now all I have to do is take deep breaths, squint at you all, and pretend I'm in my bedroom giving this speech to my cat. When I was a tiny, ignorant freshman, my uncle gave me some advice. Embrace it. I confess to say I didn't really know what he meant when he gave me that tidbit of truth. Embrace what? My geometry textbook? Other freshmen? My tiny, wide-eyed self clung to the things that I was familiar with to cope with the stress of being at such a big school. Coming from a school of 500, where diversity was about as present as actual weather in California, the transition to high school was quite a culture shock. All of a sudden, there were so many people, and as someone who has always struggled with branching out, I was more than a little lost amid the hordes of angsty teenagers clumped together to form this place we call high school. The gray walls looked like prison cells, and teenagers were kissing in the halls, and all of a sudden it was okay, even cool, to swear your head off, even if you were a teacher. And there I was, innocent, awkward little me, fumbling around with my heavy backpack and my packed lunch with a note from my mom in it, a map in one hand, and a schedule in the other. I was about as out of my element as a hipster in the mainstream. We all know that high school is far from perfect, and I'm not going to glamorize it as such. There have been moments of excruciating boredom, moments where the amount of work we've had to do has threatened to overwhelm us, and moments where we're so done with school we just want to let it go like a certain Disney queen. And I know they tell us how much high school is to prepare us for the future, but really, when am I ever going to need to know how to measure the volume of a curve if you rotate it around an axis? Your guess is as good as mine. Through English classes, our eyes have been opened to some of the greatest metaphors of American literature. The green light that lurks just on the horizon, a farm of animals where no one is special, because everyone is, and a poor, misunderstood hermit who doesn't actually turn out to be a phantom despite his name being good. We've had the pleasure of tying down countless books and essays, trying to wrestle out a deeper meaning from between the pages, beating them into submission until they cracked. We have learned the significance of STFU, the Southern Tenant Farmers Union, and realized how much our country has changed and in what way it has stayed the same. We've undergone the pressure of having our aspirations, accomplishments, and souls laid out in front of us and sent away to be examined and gutted by countless officials, only to hear, yeah, we'll get back to you in a couple months. And come a couple months later, some of us have felt a true pain, dream school rejection. And through it all, we've survived. Not only survived, but grown. I think that alone deserves congratulations. I'm proud to say I no longer need a map to find my way around campus. Not only that, but I've grown through doing my own thing and not clinging to the past like some lost freshman on her first day of school. We've all learned the ropes and become the big seniors that everyone looks up to. Scary thought that. So, what's next for us? As we leave here today, we all have different plans. Soon we'll be off to become the next Steve Jobs, or travel to Trafalgar, or turn into rhinoceroses. Some of us will be leaving with tears for the friendships we've made and the bond we've formed among classmates. Some of us will be relieved to get the heck out of here. But all of us will be moving on to the next chapter in our lives. And with 4 years of high school under my belt, I think I understand a little bit better what my uncle meant when he said to me, embrace it. Life isn't just about a checklist, how many Facebook friends you have, the number of sports you letter in, the amount of clubs you're involved in. Life is about you being you, the experiences you made, and the people you meet. So as I leave you today, I encourage you to not only embrace life, but embrace yourself, because you're the only person worth being. And I leave you with this quote from one of my all-time favorite authors, John Green. When adults say teenagers think they're invincible with that sly, stupid smile on their faces, they don't know how right they are. We need never be hopeless because we can never be irreparably broken. We think that we are invincible because we are. We cannot be born and we cannot die. Like all energy, we can only change shapes and sizes and manifestations. forget that when they get old, they get scared of losing and falling. But that part of us is greater than the sum of our parts cannot begin and cannot end, so it cannot fail. To the Mountain View and Los Altos classes of 2014, I wish you the best of luck wherever your future may take you. Keep on showing the world that you are invincible.